Hello and welcome to this short video about Why Component speakers. This is video 87 in my series of XK8 videos. In this video I'm going to try and explain why I fitted budget component speakers with my standard head unit and no additional amplifier. The fitting of component speakers is quite complicated and it was going to be a very long video, so I decided to split it up into 3 or 4 videos. In this first video I'm going to try and explain the first 2 sections, which is why I chose the component speakers and which ones I chose, and secondly, removing the existing speakers. It's a little bit more complex than the previous speakers videos I did. You've got to take a little bit more off, so I'll just briefly go into that. The additional videos then afterwards are video 88 and 89, where I've got fitting the tweeter and crossover, fitting the component woofer, and there is actually a video 90 as well, which shows the comparison between a budget two-way speaker and the budget component speakers. If you're watching this video, you're probably interested in Jaguar XK8s or Jaguar XKRs, X100s. If you are, mine to suggest you subscribe to my channel by pressing the rectangular red subscribe button with subscribe written on it, clicking the bell to be reminded when videos are aired, and click the thumbs up if you like the video or thumbs down if you don't. And if you have any questions or comments, please ask them in the comment section below the video. Okay, so the first section then, why I chose to fit component speakers. It's quite a convoluted story, but basically it started off when I took my door card off to do some other jobs, anti-rattle strips, etc., and found the speakers in very poor condition, or I thought they were poor condition. The outer foam surrounds were all breaking up, all cracked. So I thought, oh, these speakers are obviously going to be no good. Need to throw them away and replace them. So I chose to replace them with some new budget branded two-way speakers. The cheapest two-way speaker I could find on the market at the time, JVC CSJ620X. They look reasonable spec. Got a little tweeter housed in the middle, the same size as the OEM ones. But after I fitted them, and you can see there is a series of videos about fitting those, quite disappointed. They were very, very cheap though. They're only £18 a pair, so you do get what you pay for, but a little bit disappointed, and conversely very surprised how good the old three-way speakers were. So it turned out, I thought actually on retrospect I could have maybe taken a different way from the start. I'd started out trying to keep my car OEM, keep it all to spec, but slowly but surely I'm modifying it and taking it away, and I should really have just replaced the foam surrounds. I didn't realize how easy it was until you get deep into the project, and it's very, very cheap. They're all available on eBay and other internet auction sites at £5 a pair, even cheaper than two-way budget speakers. And it's only having been through this journey you realised how good the speakers are. So if you want to keep your car OEM, my advice to you, just fit foam surrounds. It just gets more and more complicated the more you dig into it. As I say, I started off with the OEM, then I went to two-way, and then I thought, oh, I'll try some component speakers. So I chose these budget branded component speakers. They're Vibe 6C component speakers, being that there's a separate woofer, tweeter and a crossover to filter the frequencies. Again, very, very cheap. These are £36 a pair. Well, down to they're 50 to £36 depending where you buy them from. If you want to see the details of those, there's a video, an unboxing video, which shows you all about them. Video 80. I'm not going to go into that here. In my XK8 is a very early XK8. Well, it's December 1996. It was actually sold on the 31st of December, believe it or not. Built sometime in December, early December. Anyway, I digress. it's got a standard bass audio head unit, and there's no amplifier. It's not got an amplifier switch in the back. I've got no way out without doing more and more modifications to getting even further away from OEM. So the best I can do is actually find, I thought, was to actually get some component speakers that actually work with a standard head unit. So the idea being is that you can separate the woofer and the tweeter, and it's this speaker separation I'm showing here in yellow. The tweeter housed in the triangle above the mirror, and the woofer down in the door pocket, below the door pocket, and that separation actually does enhance and give some depth to the music. Now, in a premium XK8, there's actually a third speaker, sort of a tweeter mid-range. It's called tweeter in a lot of places, but it's actually a 64 mil diameter speaker, so it's really a mid-range speaker. Now, ideally, I wanted to put the tweeter in there, but the wiring was going to get more convoluted going through the hinge of the door and everything. So I decided in this case it was probably best if I could get the tweeter in the triangle and the woofer down in the normal position, and the crossover somewhere in between. I have done lots of videos about just changing the standard speakers for those two ways. You can see those, and about the audio system. I'm not going to go into those now, but if you want to go to just swapping the speakers out, there are other videos that cater for that. Section 2 then, removing the speakers. I've got a video about removing tweeter grills, so you can look at that. Go straight to that if you're only interested in that. But it's very, very easy. The triangular grill just pulls out from the front edge. There's a spigot there. Just make that clear and just give it a wiggle and it'll pull off the rear. To actually change the woofer, in this case, the main speaker, you need to remove the door card, because it's slightly, in my case, the component speakers were slightly larger than the existing housing. If you want to remove the door card, go to video 65. So here we are. To actually remove the speaker housing, you need to remove 4 bolts around the outer. You can remove the speaker itself with 3 screws around the front there, but in order to fit these component speakers, you need to take the whole housing off, because the component speakers are bigger and you need to find new fixings, etc., which I'll go into in other videos. Just for your reference, these 4 bolts are not the same. 2 are shorter at the bottom and 2 are longer at the top. I'll show you the longer one at the top here. It's because it's got this bracket that helps to secure the door inner to the inner door. There you go, there's the longer bolts, and you can see just on my sill there's some short ones as well. The speaker casing assembly comes straight out then. It's got a foam backing, and that comes out all as one lump. To actually remove the speaker assembly itself, you just have to unhook or unconnect the socket for the speaker. You can press a little tab there and pull it out. And then you've got the speaker and the housing all as one lump. I'll say the foam backing, in the case of mine, seemed to be stuck to the bottom with mastic. It was the same both driver and passenger side, so I assume this is like a pre-assembly aid to help with assembly on the line when the cars are being built. I didn't really want to pull it off though, because I felt I was going to split it and it wouldn't be any good. So I decided in the end to leave that bit of foam backing on. I don't think it hurt at all. So there you go. I'd already fitted the two-way speakers. They're not the OEM speakers now. So next point is actually to get that speaker out. Just have to undo the 3 screws I spoke about earlier and pull it straight out. There you go. And that's it. Speaker out. You've got your housing, and then we're all set for the next stage. So there you go. Section 1 and 2, why component speakers, and removing the speakers very quickly. the next section then, the next video is going to be fitting the tweeter and fitting the crossover, and then after that fitting the woofer. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you find that interesting if you're contemplating doing something with your speakers. Please take a look. Thank you very much again. Please like, comment, share and subscribe if you'd like to see more XK8 videos.